Hello, it's me. I'm so excited to be back. I have missed you all so much. I hope you didn't forget about me. Today I'm bringing you these super cute crochet shorts. Definitely Dua Lipa inspired. If you've seen her shorts, I'll put them up on the screen. And I guess Harry Styles-esque as well. And here go the inspo credits. I saw this image on Pinterest, and as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to recreate it. So if any of you know who the original creators are of this type of design, then do let me know and I'll give credits. But before I begin with the tutorial, I just need to say the biggest thank you for all of the support on my channel. Thank you for 1.3k. That's amazing. I never thought that would happen. And at the time of filming, my crochet heart tote bag tutorial has 84,000 views. What? Do you understand how big that is for me? Thank you so much for all of the support, all the nice comments. It means so much to me. And all of the lost time, for the time that I haven't uploaded on YouTube, will be made up for. I have some really beautiful crochet ideas that I'm going to be bringing to you. So stay tuned. And I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Now let's get into the video. The materials are listed on screen as usual. Hope you enjoy. So to begin making our square, we're going to start by making a slip knot. And now we're going to be chaining 25. Here are my 25 chains. And now you're going to wrap your yarn around your hook and insert it into the second chain from your hook. So now you have 4 loops on your hook, and you're going to pull through the yarn to the first 2 loops, and then pull your yarn through 2 more and 2 more. So now this is our first double crochet, and we are going to be repeating this all the way down. So wrapping your yarn around your hook, you're going to place another double crochet into the next stitch, and you're just going to do this all the way around. If I'm going a bit too fast, you can always slow down the video. Here I'm placing my last double crochet. You should hopefully be having something like this now. So after your last double crochet, you're going to chain 1 and then turn your work so you're facing the back side. And now you're going to wrap your yarn around your hook and place your hook into this first stitch right here. And you're going to go through both stitches. So now you have 4 loops on your hook again, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2 loops. And now you're just going to repeat the same thing that we just did. So you're going to double crochet all the way down. So here I've reached the end of row 2 with one last double crochet that I need to place. So here, as you can see, the 2 loops left. Just placing a normal double crochet. I was struggling a bit here. But yeah, just place a normal double crochet in the last stitch. And don't forget to chain 1 after. And now to start row 3, just turn your work and continue repeating this. Chain 1, 24 double crochets, chain 1, until you reach 13 rows or 5.5 inches. So here are my 13 rows or 5.5 inches. And just for reference, I made 14 of these squares in total, but of course with each size it may vary. So just keep that in mind. So now I'm going to show you how to attach two squares together. And as you can see, the bottom portion of the blue square is not as stretchy as the top. And that's because that's where we chained our 25 and started our square. So once you put your two squares together, you'll notice that, for example, on my yellow square, we have one loop continuously across the square. And this is because we're looking at the bottom part of the square in contrast to the blue square, which is the top. Another way to figure out what is the top and bottom of your square is if you stretch either end. So if it stretches, then that's the top, and if it doesn't stretch, then that's the bottom. Just a little tip. I wanted to explain this part so that you know the difference. But now we can move on to the attachment process. So take whichever of the two colors. So I took yellow, and I'm just making a slip knot onto my hook. So now take whichever square, and as you can see, we're looking at the bottom part, so we only have one loop at the top here. You can see the difference right there. Now just insert your hook into the first loop that you can see. And then you're going to grab your other square and insert your hook into the first loop as well. But this time we are going to have two blue, in my case, blue loops on your hook. And if it helps, just align them together so that it's easier to see. And now you're just going to pull your yarn through all of the loops on your hook, because we're going to be slip stitching these squares together, like so. And you're just going to do this all the way down. So on the yellow square, my yellow square, I pick up one loop, and then on the other square, I pick up two, and just slip stitch them together. Now this is how I attached all of my squares, so just do this all the way down, and I'll meet you at the end. So I've finished slip stitching all the way across my squares, and this is what hopefully your work should look like as well. This is what my outside looks like, very neat. And now for one panel, you are going to want to have 6 squares. So you're going to need to attach 4 more squares this way. So 2 more columns, and then we'll go from there. So I'll see you back once I've done that. So here is my column, and for one panel you're going to need 3 columns, so 6 squares all attached together. And now I'm going to show you how to attach your columns vertically. Taking the yarn color of your choice, you're going to start by making a slip knot on your hook. So to attach, you're going to start by taking one of your columns and inserting your hook into the first stitch, like so. And once you have that, you're going to take your other column and insert it into the same stitch, but on that square. And now taking your yarn, you're just going to pull it through all of the loops on your hook, slip stitching them together. This really is all of the attachment process. We're just going to be slip stitching all the way across, going into the same stitch on both squares or columns so that we have an even seam. So now we reached a point where we're going into the next color square now. So what I'm doing is I'm just placing one normal slip stitch across into both of the new squares, but I'm going to be changing colors here because I want my seams to be aligned within like the square colors. So here I'm just cutting off my dark green color and I'm going to be bringing in a gray. So I'm just draping my new color over my hook, pulling it through and making a slip stitch with the new color. And now you can just continue normally slip stitching all the way down until you reach the end. So here I have one completed panel, 6 squares all attached together. And now I'm going to be explaining what you're going to do next. To better explain, I folded my panel in half, and what you're going to do is you're going to take one extra square that you've made and see when you fold your panel, when you add the square at the bottom and you kind of fold it like this is how you're going to want to attach this square. So you're going to want to flip it over like that and attach one side. For me, it will be the blue square, and then the other side to the yellow square. And you're going to slip stitch them together like that, because this will be the part that cuffs around your leg. So I did this off camera. And this is what you should have. This is what a fully complete panel looks like. And you're going to want to repeat this once more to create a second panel for your other leg, of course. So here are my 2 completed panels, and now I'm just folding in the square that goes around your leg just to make the explaining part a bit more easier. And now when you push them together, you see that the top 2 squares, they kind of touch. And what we're going to do is we are going to slip stitch these together. You're going to fold your 2 panels inside out, so the wrong sides are facing outwards, and you are going to slip stitch them together. So whilst editing, I realized that I lost the rest of the footage for the explanation, but here I slip stitch the first front 2 squares together, flip them inside out and slip stitch them together. And then I did the same thing for the orange and white square, just down the middle. And then in between the leg area, so the orange and the green, I slip stitched the top of them together so that will wrap around your legs. And there, that is the attachment process done. To begin the ribbing, you're going to start by making a slip knot on your hook. And then I chained 16. Here is my chain of 16. And now you're going to be going into the second chain from your hook and placing a single crochet. We are going to be single crocheting all the way down the chain up until you reach the end. So I've reached the end of my row and I'm now placing my last single crochet. And now you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. And this is how we start new rows each time. So now you're going to take your hook, and as you can see we have 2 loops. So you're going to insert your hook through the back loop only. So you should only have 1 loop on your hook like that. And then just normally single crochet. And from here on we are only going to be doing back loop single crochets, which means you only pick up 1 loop rather than the 2 like we did before. So now I just do this all the way down for a total of 34 inches. That's how much I needed for my waistband to go all the way across the squares. So here are what my shorts are looking like right now. I've attached one side of the ribbing so far, and I'm just going to show you how I was doing that, even though the whole attachment process for everything in this video is just slip stitches. That's just what I did. And all I did was I just attached my yarn to my hook, just made a slip knot, and all you need to do is you just need to go through the stitches on both, so on the ribbing and on the squares. I feel like it's scary. I feel like I get on people's nerves when I don't show everything, because I recorded this so long ago that I don't know where things went. That's the thing. Look, I'm coming back more organized. I'm just gonna get this video out and I'm back on it. Ain't nobody messing with me after this one. Anyways, so yeah, you're just gonna slip stitch them together. And the way that you want to lay out the ribbing so that you attach it is just lay your panels, your shorts, flat on the table, and just wrap your ribbing all the way around it. Make sure that your ribbing goes all the way around your shorts. That way it'll fit. And don't worry, the waistband might be too big for you. If that's the case, don't worry, we will attach drawstrings so it'll fit. I think these shorts turned out really cute. I really like the way they look. So once you've attached your ribbing, you'll be at the end, and then you'll have the two sides that you're going to slip stitch together. So the way that we've been slip stitching across, you're just going to slip stitch them up. So for the drawstrings, you're going to want to chain 150 chains. That's what was the perfect length for me for the strings. So yeah, just chain 150 chains, and I'll see you once you've done that. So here are my shorts looking cute. And now all we need to do to complete our shorts is just attach the drawstrings. So you're going to flip your shorts to the back side. So now I'm just inserting my hook through about 3 or 4 rows, just from one side to the other. You'll have it kind of sandwiched on like this, and then you're going to take your string or your chains and you're going to pull it through the 4 rows. So it will be able to move around like this. Now there's no real order to this. I just mainly went by skipping 4 rows, 3, 4, 5 rows, it's up to you. Now, yeah, that's more like it. So this is just what I did all the way down to attach the chain. And then once you've attached your drawstrings, you should hopefully have something like this. This turned out so cute. At one point when I was making it, I was having doubts. I was just so tired of it. I didn't want to continue, but I did, and it looks so cute. It was definitely worth it. I'm wearing them right now. They're very comfortable. Make them. Thank you so much for following along this tutorial, and if you have been waiting for a while for me to post a video, I'm back and I'm so excited. I'll be on it. If you do make this, please send me a picture on my Instagram. I'd love to add it to my highlights. My Instagram is always linked in my description. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I love you. Have a good day.